we do here is go back.
It be the boogie tempo.
DJ.
I know you gonna dig this.
Hip-hop artist to the top of the world.
Yo, it's your boy Jupiter Frost, and we are back again with another episode of Hip Hop Origins. And today, we got one of my really good friends' establishment. It's called the Oblique Imperative on Traveling Road. For this day, come check it out. Today, I am here with none other than what they call Braveboy, Mark. We're about to get it started right now. Let's get it.
Check this out.
Hip-hop origin to the top of the world.
Oh my eye. So, real name, government name, Marcus Braveboy. So, Braveboy actually is my real name. And I am an artist from Trinidad and Tobago, a singer, songwriter, artist, entrepreneur. I went to law school. A lot of people don't know that. I have an LLB from University of London in law. And I only mentioned that because that was one of the reasons why I called myself Mark. Because I was living a double life where I was running a business and I had a more corporate, professional life. And then I had this artist life being a rapper in Trinidad. At the point when people was like, what, you didn't rap, what? So Mark Hardy ended up being the stage name I created. You know, it was a kind of variation of my real name. Mark was short for Marcus. And Hardy means strong or resilient, which I felt was like a close synonym to Braveboy. So that's why I call myself Mark Hardy. But I'm also the son of Hilton Braveboy. My father was very influential in media in the 80s and 90s. He's a television host, television producer, Calypsonian as well, and a man of multiple talent. So I think my dad definitely had an integral part in me loving music from a young age, me wanting composing music. I've been composing music since I was like 4 years old, going in to elementary school. So the journey started from back then.
Check this out.
Hip-hop origin to the top of the world.
So that's a great question. And for me, I would say I give most props to my dad. My father really influenced me to be a creative person from a very young age. As I say, I was writing calypsos, composing calypsos on the way to school. And then in terms of the music industry, my biggest influence is definitely Treason. That for those of you who don't know who Treason is, or who those guys are, they were a raga soca trio in the 90s, like around time of 1998, 1999, 2000. And the song sounds like On the Promenade and Carnival Darling. And I was obsessed with raga soca in secondary school. And I remember hearing On the Promenade on the radio, and I heard their voices, and I was like, this real Trini, but it's also different. And there's something about this that I like. And after hearing that, I wanted to really be an artist. So them fellas, I must pick up Bungie Garden, Maximus Dan, Ataclan, KMC, all these fellas, Ghetto Flex, all these fellas really inspired me to do music, being from Trinidad. In terms of hip-hop, because we talk about hip-hop here, I was obsessed with Rhapsody and 106 and Park, and I was like a glue to television in terms of entertainment. I was obsessed with entertainment in secondary school. So that entire era of hip hop, from Biggie and Tupac to like Jay-Z and Redman and Method Man, and that Def Jam era definitely inspired me. And then locally, I would say as well, I had a big up Spot Rushers. Them fellas showed me as well that yo, you can be from Trinidad and do hip hop, and Trinidad has its own vibe, So definitely I have to pick up all those people. So for me, that has been a journey for me, being a Caribbean artist, being, I would say, one of the most successful Caribbean artists, Caribbean hip hop artists, at least in Trinidad. I think that there was definitely an opportunity for with what myself and Younger must pick up Younger and Melbourne, so the explicit Melbourne. When we created TRAPSO, there was nothing happening. Like the Trinidad needed something new. It was soca, it's always been soca, it's always been chutney. But I think the local dancehall had a kind of period where it was quiet. Yeah.
Now just for the viewers that looking on, you mentioned TRAPSO.
TRAPSO. What is TRAPSO?
What is TRAPSO? And first, before you tell them what is TRAPSO, what you tell them what is RAPSO.
Right. So RAPSO is like the spoken word oration art form of Trinidad and Tobago. So I would say it's almost like poetry, spoken word over African rhythms, and it comes from, very much from African heritage and the cultural rootsy aspect of Trinidad. So must pick up Brother Resistance, rest in peace, Ataclan, Kindred, Homefront, all these artists definitely inspire me as well. As I say, I was glued to culture, like, because my dad made me appreciate culture from a very young age. So I was obsessed with it. I was a fan of everybody, going to shows from a young age. So with that said, RAPSO, I think in the 80s and 90s, really, because soca and chutney music was seasonal for the rest of the year, from what I can remember, from talking to like some of the heads and stuff. RAPSO was kind of running the streets now, especially in certain, it was any roots music, it was any music, and it was interesting because the hoods love RAPSO, but also the kind of artsy community like RAPSO too, and then like the university students like RAPSO too. So it was a genre that really brought together people who wouldn't have naturally linked, and because in soca they would have a up down. But in RAPSO, it was just, this is what it is. So, as you mentioned that to me, that reminds me of hip hop now. I think when hip hop started in the Bronx and it started in New York, it kind of brought together the artsy people, the people who actually were from the hood, the rich kids, the white kids who just ran away from their family to see something, to see a hip hop show and breakdance and that kind of stuff. So, to me, RAPSO had its wave of that, and TRAPSO for us was merging trap music, which is the sound of Atlanta, the sound of the Dirty South, with RAPSO and soca, because I started off singing soca music, rather soca, like emulating Trees and Bungie and all these guys, and then Young Rod, I would say, has a very interesting style, because him being the son of legendary David Rudder, he would have had all this calypso influence, but he grew up on hip hop. But he's from Trinidad, and he's such an intelligent fellow, and a wordsmith as well. So I would say that RAPSO element mixed with hip hop came from him, the raga soca element came from me, and then the trap element came from the producer Melbourne. So that is TRAPSO. So TRAPSO is really us experimenting, and this is how we felt at the time, it's expression. And I think that at the time in Trinidad, this is before Zest, before Trinidad, there wasn't anything for a while that was new. And I think that we were able to kind of, I wouldn't say necessarily create singing in a Trini accent on trap beats, because I feel like other persons were experimenting to pick up McCartney and stick and pick up the face and artists like that. But I think we took it to the next level. In terms of production, in terms of music videos, in terms of, like just getting out there and performing and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Cool. So going back to the question at hand, let's just touch back on the main point on your views on the current opportunities available to Caribbean people.
So for me, I would be honest, I think everybody's experimenting. And I say that not just from a Trinidad lens, but there are hip hop artists in Jamaica. There's a guy by the name of Baker. He's in Jamaica, who has a following. He's toured Japan and some other, countries singing hip hop. And he's a Jamaican guy, He has his own vibe. Then there are like the dancehall artists like Idonia and this Idonia's protege's name again, and Governor, right? And they are doing mixtapes now where they are chanting over hip hop beats. And that reminds me of how I started to get into hip hop in Trinidad, because I was always experimenting with this ragga soca sound, but I love dancehall. I was trying to figure certain things out. And then I decided to do a mixtape, because that's what people was saying, right? Everybody decided to do a mixtape. So I decided to chant over hip hop beats, right? And the first song I did was All I Wanted to Do was J. Cole and Miguel. I flipped it, and it got such a good reaction, not just here, but outside of Trinidad. I was on American college blogs and I started to get a following. And then in Trinidad, I did I'm a Trini, which is a remix to Wiz Khalifa's Black and Yellow. And I think that is the first song here that got me radio airplay and attention. I did a video with Santana, Puppet, myself and Santana vibes and stuff. And I think that really got me known here. That was the first song that I did that really made people recognize me. And made people say, hey, you're the fella who got the video with Santana and stuff like that. And that took me on an interesting journey. Got to big up Tim Star. Tim Star is probably the only artist I could think of senior to me who actually said, yo, you're talented, come and roll with me. And I did a mini tour. We laugh when we say tour in Trinidad, but tour is a tour. And we would go around different locations performing with a band, and to get out opportunity at a young age was amazing for me. So I must pick up SR, Tim Star, Flippo. I don't know if people know Flippo. Flippo started off as a rapper as well, So Flippo, myself, Mohammed, Mwakil from Freetown, all of us would do shows, we perform together with for Cafe, So yeah, that's basically how I got my start in hip hop in Trinidad.
Right. So when you say that, you just need to push.
Yeah, I think I lost my train of thought. So what I was saying is that you have Baker Steez and you have every island has hip hop artists, right? Barbados has its own hip hop artists, but there's no just like with other industries. There is no mixing and integrating and collaboration and support in the island. So the Barbados hip hop scene is the Barbados hip hop scene. Trinidad hip hop scene is the Trinidad hip hop scene. Jamaica is the hip hop scene, and it's all underground. Because we are small islands comparatively to the rest of the world. But collectively, we could have created, or we still can create, a hip hop industry. But they never really had, because I know in the height of what we were doing with TRAPSO, our music would start to play in other islands. Like DJs traveling would say, hey, I hear this song in our resort in St. Martin, or I hear this song. So it was starting just like Zest Music and just like Trinidad. But I think for some reason, the communication wasn't as easy. It was hard to just find out which radio station is the radio station. I feel like now it's a little easier. I think everything is a little more connected, because we have always had social media, but it just wasn't as connected. And to me, I feel like that lack of collaboration, because I look at the Afrobeats market and the Latin market, and that's what they're doing. The Afrobeats artists are collaborating with each other, and especially the Latin artists, they are collaborating with each other. So sometimes, if you'll ever see a dembow song or reggaeton song with 6 artists on it, what a friend in the industry told me recently is, that's not the original song, that's a remix. We know it as the original song, but what they did is they take a song that is popular in our country, and they put a bunch of other artists on that same song from other countries, and it now spreads the song to all these different places. So I feel like for hip hop to really have reached somewhere beyond Trinidad, and we have had these movements from Spot Rushers and Dreadrill to Mark Hardy and Youngblood and Chromatics and Jimmy October and Shane Hodge and everybody. I feel like we should have collaborated with other islands. And it's not a one-way thing. They should have collaborated with us and reached out to us. And for some reason, that just never happened. Why I say that is, that could have allowed us to tour. We could have done university tours. We could have toured Trinidad, Jamaica, Grenada, St. Martin, even Bahamas. Like, there's so many islands that we could have toured, St. Vincent. And same route that the soca artists do. We could have done that same route or that DJs do, but perform maybe at universities, because the UB crowd may have liked what we're doing more, And I think that opportunity was missed. And I think that we lacked promoters, managers, business heads, like they were
platform.
Yeah. So I think everybody was trying to figure it out. I don't blame anybody, but I just think that because we were all trying to figure it out, and for us, for myself and Youngrun, that success locally came kind of fast. And it went from nobody caring about hip hop in Trinidad and before, in terms of, there was a kind of dry spell for hip hop in Trinidad. So all of a sudden, we opening for Future and Shabarams in Great Fed. You know what I mean? Like, we performing in all the clubs in Trinidad. Like, we became these local celebrities. But nobody was able to really kind of say, okay, you're doing this, Jimmy October and this person doing that, Chromatics doing this. I want to bring all of you all together, invest X amount of money, and throw a big show, And then we wanted to do it ourselves, but it's like, we sacrificed so much to make the music happen that one, mentally we couldn't multitask those two things, and also, like that it takes a lot of capital to do some of these things, So team, I think that was elements missing in everybody's team. Like that we will miss, and a few people tried a few things. I must pick up TK. TK did this event called Trap House. I don't remember Trap House. And that was a vibe as well, but I don't know if the business of it was the best, But still big up to TK and big up to Quilson Suba and big up Matix as well. Matix, I think, of all the hip hop artists in Trinidad, is the most business minded, the most I think he's done a lot for the hip hop culture in Trinidad. It's just we are underground, So it's like, if there was a Matix in each island and all the Matix in each island linked up, then we'd have say, alright, we have a movement.
Check this out.
From origin to the top of the world.
So, right, and I must pick up Tempo, because the fact that Tempo already is being broadcasted to so many islands, the fact that Tempo is an already existing brand that's known, I think we need a machine. The answer is we need a machine, and the machine is not just Tempo. Tempo is part of the machine. We also need investors, we need managers, we need to be taken seriously. We have to take ourselves seriously. If you're an artist, what is your image? Who are you? Like, why should I buy your music? And I don't mean, yes, you might see me rocking chains and rocking the hat and rocking this. That's my image. Another artist may have a different image, And we have so many. I could talk in Trinidad, mention Make It Happen as well, because Make It Happen. Make It Happen, like Mike Wise. These are artists who, to me, their vibe is not the same as mine, but I respect what they do, and I hope they respect what I do. And I feel like when you look at them, they have a specific image that is relatable to their music. So I think it's just about people kind of owning that image. If you are the prophet, if it is you are the person talking about Black Power and talking about like revolution, own that, like Freetown. Like, to me, Freetown is the epitome of that, like, they are, like, to me, like revolutionary rock star, right? And I feel like we need more of that in hip hop, as in, people shouldn't watch you and be like, hey, you look like a hip hop artist, or you look like a, you look like a songwriter, you look, I think that helps, And if not, and not everybody into the fashion and this and that, but your visuals or what you put out or your songs have to be on a whole next level. For somebody like J. Cole, like J. Cole doesn't bring out, like, he changes his image now, where he's trying to be as natural as possible. But when he drops a project, his all is still marketing, right? And not to go all over the place, but that machine is important. And I think shows like, what is the experience of a Trinidad hip hop show or Caribbean hip hop show? Because we know what an American hip hop show is like. But if you come to a Trinidad hip hop show and be emulating Americans, then that's not necessarily authentic to hear it. So I think we need to kind of figure out identity. I think the whole next topic is the accent, which we could talk about. But I just feel, it's just about a machine, and I feel like if I had to compare it to another recent genre, I would say Trinidad. Trinidad, people can say it's negative, people can say that, whatever they want about it. But there is still a machine running or behind Trinidad. It may not necessarily be the most experienced machine, it may not be the most efficient machine, but it is a machine. And I think that for Caribbean hip hop to make it, we need to start operating as a machine. And the machine is not Trinidad alone, the machine is every island connected. I would love to see a song with a Trini rapper, a Bajan rapper, a Jamaican rapper, and we all represent and we all authentically being ourselves in a hip hop form of expression.
Check this out.
From origin to the top of the world.
So it would be, it's a tough question because I would naturally go towards the younger ones, right, as in the next generation, because I feel like they more have the opportunity. Number one for sure for me is Janaj. Janaj is a version of mine, and I think that despite the fact that he's a Trinidadian rapper rapping in an American American influence accent, right? I think he's dope. I think that he's extremely talented. I think he has the image. I think he has the certain grinding out in the States recently on social media. Like, he's definitely one. Trying to think. So I consider Rion a hip hop artist because to me Rion came up as kind of like me, like a hybrid of right. So Rion is second one, and if I say Runs full of say Trailblazer, so I would say somebody else, but I say NZ, as well. I think NZ is the best aside from Matix. To me, NZ is the best performer of all the hip hop artists that we. That is something that hip hop lacks in that performance skills. Men on stage and they watching down to the ground. She could be too shy. They all they're doing is recording home, and they never face a real crowd. So, I would say NZ, Janaj, and Rion. Because if I say Runs, people will say I give them favoritism. Runs, but pick up Runs. And in terms of artists, I know you asked me for three, but I had a big up Chromatics here because Chromatics to me is the best hip hop artist in Trinidad, right? And I think people can't take that away from him in terms of stage performance, in terms of wordplay and skills and that kind of stuff. To me, he's the total hip hop package of an artist, But I do think that in terms of the new generation, because myself and Matix, we older, right? In terms of the new generation, I definitely rate those three that I mentioned. And if you've never seen NZ perform live, NZ definitely is an amazing performer. And the fact that he brought something different to the table, performing in a band and doing his own vibe, he had like a saxophone player, and so big up NZ.
Check this out.
From origin to the top of the world.
Yeah, so it's interesting that I'm here talking about my hip hop career, but I have evolved so much, and I think that's been an interesting journey for me too, because I did not start off singing rap, hip hop. I started off singing soca, raga soca to be specific, and that evolved into experimenting with dancehall, that evolved into chanting, raga, soca, and dancehall chants on hip hop beats. And I got branded as a rapper. But I have done so many different genres of music that I don't necessarily consider myself one specific. So project-wise, I mean, I have a song out now called Patra, which is myself and an artist from Venezuela, a rapper from Venezuela. So we're still in hip hop. I'm still talking hip hop here. Called Philo.
Patra, very bad.
Yeah, Patra, right? And you know, he is rapping in Spanish. Right? And then there's another artist, I guess you consider him a rapper. Because to me, like rap reggaeton is kind of, because Daddy Yankee was a rapper, Nicky Jam was a rapper, but when you're rapping in your authentic accent over hip hop beats and Afro beats and reggaeton, and you know, just music, like music that makes you feel the dance, it changes it. So I just, to answer your question, that's the thing I'm doing now, which is I can still consider myself rapping in majority of songs I do, but I'm doing it in a way that it's over world fusion beats, and it's now not just rap anymore. It now fits into reggaeton, Afro beats, EDM, this, that. But I have never stopped doing me. Like, if you listen to my music from 10 years ago, 15 years ago to now, it's the same artist, you know. So lots of projects. I have an Afrobeat sound artist from Nigeria called Choke, which releases in January. I had to mention drill, because I love drill music. I've been itching to do a drill song. I actually did a song with MR.TEMPO, who somebody else had to pick up as well, you know. I think I had to add him to my list, you know, like, because he is like he's the only person I know from Trinidad who actually went for that UK market, and it has been successful in its own right. You know, so he was originally known as Triller before, but I did a drill song with him, which most likely will still come out. But on my own, I'm doing a drill song as well. You know, so I'm excited to do that because I love drill music. I wanted to do one for a while, but I was just taking my time and focusing on these other things. Right, so big up at the start from my hip hop journey. Big up to G100 Diaz. I wish he was living in Trinidad, so you guys could do an interview with him, because he definitely is a pillar of Trinidad hip hop. You know, he was a producer behind Spot Rushers. Any song that came out of Trinidad that was mainstream, he had a backup in his song. You know. Big up MR, big up Ruds, you know, explicit to always with the family. And I think that we definitely made our own history together with TRAPSO. I think, you know, we won Cut Award, we won, you know, we as I say, we're in studio with Fabulous in America, we opened for Future and Shabarangs and all those things. So yeah, big up that team. I mean, Steph is not a rapper, but big up home girl Steph too. She's definitely a big part of my close circle of friends as well in the industry. Big up System 32, Silver, Rochelle, you know, big up everybody.
Nice.
And big up, I do shameless plugs. My label, I have my own label now, which is called Brave House Music Group. Right? I am no longer called Mark Hardy, I'm called Braveboy, which is my real surname. And I have a clothing line called Addicted to Progress. You know, check that out as well. And just lots of cool projects happening in 2022 and beyond. You know, so big up Hip Hop Origins, Tempo. I'm excited to see what you all are definitely going to do for the Caribbean hip hop scene. I definitely think that this is the right time for something to happen. So big up everybody.
Nice, man. It's a pleasure having you here.
Yeah, nah, thank you. Thank you for having me. This is awesome, man. You know, you all have my full support. You know, 10,000% support. Anything to do with hip hop and just promotion of youths, you know. And I just really would like to see us all on a world stage. You know, there's so many different markets. One man is do how to make it. 3 people, even they have to go top 3. It don't have to be 3 people, it could be 20 people, it could be 80 people. But you have to create those markets and be smart.
Check this out.
Hip hop origin to the top of the world.
So that is it for another episode of Hip Hop Origins, only on Tempo. Stay tuned for more.
What we do here is go back, 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 back.
It be the boogie Tempo.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Remember to hit that bell to get notifications for more things Tempo.